everyone, today's video is something a little bit different. It does have a card in it, but this is a snack bag and a lunchbox note that I leave for my kids every day while they're at school. They have a lunch that's reusable, but this is just for their snack. And I know it's going to get thrown away at the end of the day, but it's something special that I like to have for them. So let's get started with today's project. I have a standard lunch bag and I've already flipped it over and flattened it out on the smooth side because on the back there's this little seam and it makes it really hard to stamp or color really smooth because you're dealing with that seam and it's always a battle. So I just like to use the smooth side. And the stamps that I'm going to be using is Happy, Happy, Happy and Yay Kites. And I've already taken the pieces off that I want and laid them out on a scrap piece of paper so that I can see my design before I stamp it. And since I'm going to be using colored pencils for this project, I'm going to grab my black licorice ink, which is my favorite black ink. It's really crisp and it's just a great black. And after I've stamped everything, I'm going to go ahead and color. The colored pencils I'm using for this are Prismacolors, and I love this small set. I haven't needed to get a bigger set. I think it has a great selection of all the colors, and they blend really easy. So if there's a color that I'm looking for, I just kind of blend it out of what I have, and it's been working out really well. So while I'm coloring here, and I've sped up the video a little bit, but I wanted to explain why I'm even doing this, because I know the snack gets thrown away at the end of the day, so all of this work is a one-time use. The selfish reason for coloring on their bag and doing something extra fancy is to practice something creative every day. It's easy if it's just for me to keep that closet closed and I'm not even going to craft because I have other things on my plate. But this is something for the kids. So it forces me to do something really cute, but it's also making me practice those skills that I really want to practice. So over the course of a few years of school, I've colored on the bags and they get a little bit more elaborate, and sometimes I draw by hand, sometimes I stamp and I color, but it's just something fun and cute that the kids, pick up their snack out of the lunch box, and it's just something to give them a smile throughout the day and to keep them going. If you've been on the fence on whether to buy the Prismacolors or to just buy a set of Crayola to play with, this section will probably push you over to the Prismacolors. I love these colored pencils. They are great. They last forever and they blend extremely well. I've used the Crayolas and they're really fun and they have some really vibrant colors, but nothing beats the blendability of these guys. So what I'm doing here with the kite is I have two shades of green, one really dark and one kind of medium shade. But what I don't have is a lighter green for that shadow highlight area to the right. So all I'm doing is I'm layering my darkest color on the edge and I'm keeping it a mid-tone in the center. And I just went over and layered super light with the green on the right side. And what I'll do to get an extra bit of highlight is I'm going to take that white colored pencil and I'm going to go over my lightest areas. And since I've only left a little bit of color down, it's going to blend out into the same shade as the green, but it's got a really cool highlighted effect. And you'll see, it makes it pop. So don't underestimate the power of a white colored pencil. So next I'm going to add my son's name in brush lettering. One of my many New Year's resolutions was to learn how to brush letter. It's something that I've always admired beautiful handwriting for, but I wanted to learn it. And the best way I found, again, to practice every day is to make it all about the kids. So I make a point of doing brush lettering, at least his name, every day on his snack bag during school. And what I'm doing here is I want to incorporate it in the kite string so that it looks like the bottom of the kite string is tangled up and it creates his name. With the snack bag all done, I'm going to move on to creating my little note card. I've grabbed my large dotted squares from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to cut a piece of white cardstock, and I'm going to be using Copic, so I'm going to cut it out of Nina in the 2.5 by 2.5 square. And I always have a bunch of these 4.25 by 5.5 inch pieces of paper. So what I'm going to do, since it's a 2.5 by 2.5, I'm going to cut it at 5, and then again at the 2.5, and then I've created my base. And what's funny is I had made a little pencil mark here so that I could remember that this was 2.5, but what I did is I cut that piece off first. So I know that it's 2.5, so I'm just going to cut it at 2.5, and I have some scraps that I can use later for a sentiment banner or other images. So the base gets scored at 2.5, and then I have my completed card. And I find that these go together super quick. So usually what I'll do is I'll make a bunch to have on hand because I'll have a few minutes here and there, or maybe I just want to unwind and do a tiny craft before I go to bed. I find that if you stamp one image and color it, you are done with that card, and then you have something really cute to send the kids for school. So I find this is a really fun size. I grabbed my Best Pun Ever stamp set, and I'm going to stamp on this little trophy and a number 1. This is going to go in his first day of school lunchbox. So not only am I letting him know that he's number 1, it's a number 1 day of school, and it sets a positive mood for his school day. So with a little bit of sparkle, my image is complete, and I have this cute little card that I can write anything on the inside, words of encouragement, something fun that we're going to do. Sometimes I even write them as coupons, extra TV time or get out of chores card. But it's just something special that he can open up his lunch and read something from Mom. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you are still watching at the end of this, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you guys. And if there's anything that you want to see, any projects or any techniques that I've done in the past that you would like to see done, leave me a comment below. I love hearing from you guys. I hope you have a great day and a great week and a great rest of the school year. Bye!